When I say lambskin, I feel like the condoms, you know? What's going on, guys? James here from Exoforma. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about washing your car with a foam cannon. We're gonna give you some helpful tips to maximize the foam, to reduce marring, and to get the job done as quickly and easily as possible. So, for starters, we're gonna use Super Foam Soap. We're gonna put about 4 ounces in the bucket. This is a great soap. It's very thick, sticks to the vehicle very well and breaks down the dirt and grime. As you can see, my vehicle is pretty dirty. It's been raining for the last few days and I've done a lot of highway driving, so you have everything flying up on the side of the vehicle. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do when doing any type of washing is you wanna get as much of the dirt and debris off the vehicle as possible just using water. So since we're using the foam cannon, we have a pressure washer and we're gonna use that for a while to blow down as much dirt and debris off this vehicle as we can before we do any touching of the vehicle. So there's a handful of different methods you could use to wash your vehicle. Most people will use the 2-bucket method. It's a very safe method. It reduces marring as much as possible, but that's not needed necessarily as much when you're using a pressure washer. There are other ways that you could reduce marring and you don't need 2 buckets, which can be a huge pain to lug around all the time. So for this video, we're just gonna use 1 bucket. First of all, I like to use a chenille wash mitt. These are great. There's been a ton of people who have done YouTube videos where they tested out all the different wash mitts and they've found that this is the way to reduce marring as much as possible. But other types of wash mitts, they'll hold on to the debris really well, which is not good because when you're moving it across the surface of the vehicle, you're just grinding that into the clear coat. So we're gonna use this. We've got a grit guard in our bucket, which helps keep all the dirt and debris below where you're putting your wash mitt. Now we'll talk about the foam cannon. So a lot of times people are looking for the highest amount of foam possible and they usually go about doing it wrong. You're gonna wanna fill the foam cannon up with water first so that it doesn't start to foam up while it's in the reservoir. A lot of people will pour the soap in and as soon as they put the water in, it starts foaming out, everything comes out. Don't do that. Fill it up with water first, and it's even helpful if you use warm water instead of cold water if you can. And then you're gonna wanna put about 3 or 4 ounces into the foam cannon. You could use as little as 1 or 2, but to increase the thickness of the foam, we're gonna wanna use a lot. Then throw the top on. And as far as the dials that you can move on here, the one on the front will control how wide the stream that comes out is. So you're gonna want that pretty close to all the way closed just so you can cover a lot of the vehicle at one time. And then this dial at the top, you can see there's a plus and a minus. We wanna turn that all the way to plus, which is gonna increase the foam as much as possible. And I know you're gonna be tempted to shake the foam cannon up. That's not necessarily what you wanna do. If you want the thickest foam possible, you're just gonna wanna swirl it around to get the soap to mix in throughout the water. Once you've rinsed off as much dirt and debris using the pressure washer as you can, then you're gonna wanna switch to the foam cannon. Cover the entire vehicle, let it dwell for 2 to 5 minutes. Less time if it's in the sun, more time if you're in the shade. And then you're gonna wanna follow up and rinse that off. Once the foam has had a few minutes to dwell, you're going to want to rinse it off. So this is going to pull away most of the debris so that the vehicle will be safe to use your wash mitt on. Now that we've done all that, we've got about 90% of the cleaning done, which is important because you want to save the last 10% for when you touch your wash mitt to the vehicle, because that's when you have the opportunity to cause marring or inflict damage on the paint. A lot of times if you have a really strong sealant or a coating on your vehicle, that would be all you need to clean the vehicle. You could just dry it and you're done. But in this case, we're going to use the wash mitt to do the last 10% of the cleaning. So instead of constantly dipping the wash mitt into a bucket and rubbing it across the car, that's just going to get more dirt into the water, and then it just gets cycled around and you're pushing it across the vehicle. So what we're going to do is we're going to foam it again, completely cover it in foam, and then use the wash mitt on the vehicle. Now you're going to want to make sure your wash mitt is completely wet before you touch the vehicle. We're going to go across. You always want to go from top to bottom because the bottom is the dirtiest part. So you want to go all the way around the vehicle, doing the top before you come to the bottom. Make sure you're constantly flipping your wash mitt just in case it picks up any dirt or debris. And then once you've done both sides of the wash mitt, you're going to want to rinse it off with the pressure washer. That will get most of the dirt and debris off of the wash mitt, so that when you're putting it into the bucket, you're not creating a bucket of dirt that could potentially scratch your vehicle. A lot of times people worry about spotting from the soap, especially when they're in the sun. But really, it's actually better to get soap spots than it is to get hard water spots from just regular water sitting on the paint and drying, because the soap spots will come off very easily once you reintroduce water to them. Once the vehicle is completely rinsed down and free of any soap, then you're going to want to dry it as quickly as possible, especially if you're out in the sun. The towel I recommend is our double-sided twisted loop towel. It's great, it's super absorbent. It only takes one towel to dry a whole vehicle. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That may not necessarily be the perfect way to wash your car, but it is a great way to wash your car. There are tons of different ways you can do it. It's all about minimizing the marring that can be done from the wash mitt. A great way to tell that you did an awesome job cleaning your vehicle is when you're done and you pull the wash mitt out and it still looks brand new. Thanks for watching. There are other wash mitts that are like, what are they? Lambskin? Lamb wool? When I say lambskin, I feel like the condoms, you know?